Welcome everyone to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV The Road to Heavensward. This is episode 8, and in today's episode we will be finishing patch 2.1. In the previous episode, we had defeated Good King Moogelmog, who was summoned by the Moogle's Guard. But now we are going to do the two quests that are after that. But before we get to that, there are a couple of things that I want to cover here. And this is for a limited time, so depending on when you're watching this, this may have already passed. But we are at Makedo's Amphitheater, like right here. Like right here. We want to go to the Apakulu Falls. So simply go to the west, and eventually... Actually, should have gone to the east, but oh well. Either way, go to the west or to the east, and you'll eventually find a path that will send you northeast. And this is not the exact person we want to speak with, but I can point them out too. Now, this event dropped at the start of patch 7.2. And apparently by patch 7.3, this may be gone. So this is for a very limited time. But if you speak to the Wandering Moogle, so he'll be surprised you can actually see him. And to mark that occasion, he will give you a file of Fantasia. Now, if you remember in the past, the file of Fantasia is what we used to switch Kasmeer from her initial Viera form over to the current aura that you see in front of you. So, so that is a second source. But again, get it as soon as you see this, because that they will not keep that Moogle there for long. But anyway, we need to continue with the main quest, which is back at the Wakingsands. So, let's go ahead and use a ticket, and I'll meet you over there. Alright, we are in the Solar, and we are picking up the first of the two quests that are left in this patch, and that's called the Gifted. Owing to the tireless efforts of all concerned, we are, at long last, ready to bid farewell to Vesper Bay. So as to avoid drawing undue attention, we shall make the journey to Revenant's Toll in small groups, departing at irregular intervals. Lest you doubt, it is still my intention to conduct future operations openly, but on this particular occasion, the need for caution overrides all other concerns. To move north as one ponderous caravan would only serve to invite attack. It seems only right that I should be the last to leave, and I would have you remain with me until the end, Lightbringer. Upon my departure, the Wakingsands will formally cease to be our headquarters, and the premises will be given into the care of Urianger. I had thought to relinquish the property, but he was quite adamant, and I had not the heart to disagree. These walls have borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments in our Order's history. Mayhap it is best that we do not forsake them entirely. Urianger shall remain here and devote his energies to studying the nature of primals. By the grace of the 12, he will one day discover the permanent solution that we have sought for so long. Of course, he will not be alone. Elizé shall continue to work closely with him as well. Should they require our assistance, I have their assurances that they will not hesitate to contact us. Speaking of Urianger, would you inquire of him if any tasks remain undone? I cannot escape the feeling that I have forgotten something. Something important. So Urianger is in the storage area where you'll find it. Now, I said it before, but you're going to want to not talk with involved, but want to keep him in the back of your mind because he's going to play a prominent role later on in one of the other DLCs, but not for a while. But here's our man. Thou art ever welcome, Lightbringer, but I require no assistance. Pray, take thy leave unburdened by concern for my well-being. Verily, thy countenance bespeaks a desire to quit this place without further delay. Mayhap thou thinkest this chapter of our tale concluded, that these halls should rightly be consigned to the annals of history? In man's eagerness to seize the future, how readily he doth set down the past. Full many a proud pioneer hath bravely stridden into the great unknown, only to find there the banner of his ancestor faded by the eons, and still man glorieth in his discoveries. 'Tis though his pride and that wisdom doth ever give way to ignorance, while they who lurk in shadow remain hidden, lost no sooner than they are found. Be not offended, Lightbringer. Thy conduct hath ever been beyond reproach. Despite thy surpassing strength and all thy many victories, thou hast never been so convinced of thine own greatness as to imagine thyself above the failings of thy forebears. Mayhap it is the echo which hath openeth thine eyes to the lessons of history. Would that the same should be said of... Scream in the distance. Whence came that cry? The Solar! 12-4 fiend! The Antecedent! Lightbringer, you must... And the echo to the rescue. Tell me, Louisoix, would you have done the same? Louisoix Leveilleur was a remarkable man, wise beyond mortal measure. Would that I had met him prior to his passing. An Ascian here? How? How readily you see. You're indeed gifted and descendant. But you are not like the others. Your robes. Gifted, but ignorant. Yet I shall not judge you harshly. The fault lies within your forebears. It has been millennia. Mine are the robes of an emissary. Unlike he who came before, I have no quarrel with you. He who... You speak of La Habrea. La Habrea is a warrior. He fought, he fell. He may yet learn from his mistakes. Then he is still... Come, I only confirmed that which you already knew. There is no cessation, no oblivion, only expulsion. You... What are? We're ready when you are, my lady. If there's nothing else... Is something the matter? I feel the same way. After everything that's happened here, it feels strange to leave, but I'm sure we'll soon get used to Revenant's toll. Well, I'll let you say your goodbyes, as long as you like, my lady. We shall depart whenever you are ready. It is only to be expected. She lacks the gift and the knowledge, both. To her, we are indistinct. I do not understand. Shadowless, fleshless, formless. What truth there is in each tale is diluted by time and telling. Knowledge dictates expectation, and expectation colors perception. Thus did she perceive not. So it is with all but a chosen few. Even you, when young, could not yet see with eyes unclouded. You know nothing about me. Nothing. The gift grants you clarity. It grants you focus. With it, you may in time come to see us as we are, rather than this crude approximation. The Habrea did not think so highly of the Echo. La Habrea is wrong about a great many things. The Echo is indeed a gift, albeit one you have yet to master. And if we did, there would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be of one mind. I leave as I came, in peace, Ascendant. May we meet again as friends. Wait! Stay where you are! Minfilia screams as she's attacked by the mystery man. But returning to the mystery man. Mayhap I was indelicate. 'Tis a mercy she shields her children from his grace with such resolve. Was it also by her hand that you survived the ardor? I wonder. Oh, I take it there's no need to explain. Save your concern. He did me no lasting harm. Whatever his intention was, it was not to kill. I heard a cry. What happened? Are you all right? You look faint. Do you need to lie down? I could fetch you a flask of my special tonic. Urianger, send word to the students of Baldessian. Tell them to scour the archives, the forbidden tomes in particular. If there is any reference to an Ascian robed in white, however oblique, I would know of it. An Ascian, my lady? Was that what gave you cause to cry out? I did but moments ago glimpse a figure clad in white set forth from the Wakingsands. Yet Ascians are wont to employ teleportation magics. Why would one be so brazen? I know not and care not. Find him, Lightbringer. Turn every stone in this bay if ye have to. Pray, attend me, Tataru. Okay, so now we have to scour Vesper Bay for that Ascian. But you don't have to really scour far. He's in plain sight. I am told that you are the warrior of light, but I would know for myself. I shall walk north, and you may choose to follow. Know, however, that you will be waylaid if you do. You may even perish. Should you survive, we shall speak anon. Alright. So he's going to walk north, and let's go ahead and continue. And no doubt we're going to have mobs coming the way. Okay, this is gonna make some kind of fate overlapping our what you call it? Oh, okay. That helps. We're actually too high of a level, so they won't attack us unless we sink, which we won't. If you have your chocobo out, leave them in healing mode. Although he really didn't give us much of a bother. So we shall go ahead and continue north. Thankfully, we're levels high enough that we're not going to trigger the other mobs around us unless they get caught in our AoE. But this guy... Go ahead and do Bloodbath if you need to get some health back. Okay, now we can talk to the mystery man. Remarkable. Truly remarkable. I thank you for granting me this indulgence. None save she who bested La Hebrea could endure such an examination. Have the laws of man grown so twisted in my absence that it is now permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? You bore witness to my audience with the Ascendant, did you not? Then you know I acted only in self-defense. I realize the same cannot be said of La Hebrea. Even amongst his brethren, he is considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds. For through them we discovered you, one so strong in the gift that she could cast us out. Your mother favors you still. That much is plain. But surely you must feel it. Her influence wanes, and her strength shall soon be spent. These lands, these people, this world, all so soon change. As it was, so shall it be again, as should always have been. Doubt my claims and question my motives if you will. Only believe me when I say this. I am Elidibus, Emissary, bearer of the word of the one true God, and we shall meet again. Thank the gods you've returned, Lightbringer. After you left, I began to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. I take it your visitor proved elusive? Beg pardon, he was waiting for you? What did you do? What did he say? As it was, so shall be again. Of when does he speak, and of what exactly? The words of this Elidibus portend much but reveal nothing, save perhaps a measure of disdain for La Hebrea. I had hoped for answers, but it seems I shall have to content with a wealth of additional questions. Build on the stone. Let us set aside the matter of this Ascian until after we have completed our move to the Rising Stones. There is but one final favor I would ask of you before I depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Alamegan resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade, furnishing the resistance with vital Imperial secrets, while feeding his paymasters subtly conceived misinformation. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I have closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal on what they believed to be the single greatest threat to Eorzea, the Primals. Its wisdom has guided me through the years, though there is much within I still do not understand. It is my hope that Eorzea will fare better. Tell him to treat it with care. It is all I have left of my father. And I know we're going over time, but this should be fairly quick. I hope. I thought thee departed. To what end dost thou linger? The father's final bequest. The daughter's lifelong labor. It is no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento. Well, I can imagine the ascendant's pain. Upon my honor, I swear to spare no effort in the study of these materials, lest my lady's sacrifice be in vain. Lightbringer, this is Minfilia. Forgive me, but I can wait no longer. I have departed for the Rising Stones. If you have yet to... Once you have given the journal to Eorzea, I bid you come to the 7th heaven in Revenant's Toll. The tower will be there to show you inside our new headquarters. Assuming you have already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of our new aetheryte in Revenant's Toll. After all, it is right on our doorstep. So, we are done with Eorzea. He has additional quests, I think, for Savage, for the higher levels of the 3 primals that we've done already. But without further ado, let us teleport to Revenant's Toll. Oh, Lightbringer, you're here. Good, good. We were all wondering when you'd show up. I was just telling your resistive receptionist here. I'm pleased to inform you that all the documents have been prepared and signatures signed. The Rising Stones is officially yours. Splendid. From this day forward, I will spare no effort in seeing that it is as welcoming and comfortable a home for us as the Wakingsands ever was. That said, this is all somewhat intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar places, unfamiliar faces. Take that odd-looking fellow over there, for example. He's been eyeing us most suspiciously ever since we arrived. I cannot help but wonder if we are truly safe here. That man. I can't say I've spoken to him myself, but rumor has it he's come to hunt ancient treasures in the Crystal Tower. You've seen the structure I speak of, no? It'd be hard to miss it. That massive pillar of shining crystal that looms high over the land just to the southeast of here. If the tales are to be believed, it's a remnant of some ancient civilization. The details remain a mystery, and that's no doubt why it's drawn adventurers and scholars from all over looking to unearth its secrets. The man over there's no exception, and if my instincts are true, he knows more than most. If you're curious about the tower yourself, you could do worse than to talk to him and see what he knows. Why, if I were otherwise occupied with my duties here, I'd have half a mind to join you. I mean, just look at it. I can scarce begin to imagine what wonders lie inside. Why, that's wonderful to hear. Rest assured that this receptionist will work just as hard to see that our efforts do not skip a beat despite the relocation. And with that, Lightbringer, I do believe it's time you officially announce your presence to everyone inside. The Descendant and the others will surely be overjoyed to see you. So here is talking about what we've covered before, that in order to progress all the way to Heavensward, we need to complete a series of quests in the Crystal Tower series. So why you are in between patches? Might not be if you... Now, we've already spoken with the Outlandish man, that's why you don't see a quest marker above him. But if you haven't spoken with him, you would see a quest marker above him. But to go into the Rising Stones, go into the tavern here, and go to the back door, and welcome to the Rising Stones. And here you see that a lot of our fellows have already joined here with some new faces. I believe we need to go into the solar. In fact, there's Alphnaud. Well, it is certainly spacious. Today marks a new beginning for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. For today we declare our independence. We shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Eorzea's people proudly and openly. But this does not mean that we will sever our ties to the Eorzean alliance. On the contrary, the Ascendant and I shall endeavor to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we shall not permit political considerations to influence our decisions. Our identity remains unchanged, as our cause. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Everybody else says for Eorzea. Cheers, and talks among themselves. A moment of your time, Lightbringer. I would speak of Elidibus. Pardon the intrusion, my lady, but the manner which bringeth me will admit no delay. Mine every attempt to contact the students of Baldesion hath been met with silence. No one respond? How odd. Allow me to try. No response. Surely they would not ignore us. They have never yet, my lady. I fear we must assume the worst. No, I will not believe it. An outpost, perhaps, but not their headquarters. Their wards are beyond circumvention. Had they come under attack, they would most certainly have raised the alarm. None could penetrate their sanctum unnoticed. But for those who lack the gift and the knowledge both, oh no. Contact their agents in the field at once. If aught has befallen the students of Baldesion, they may know of it. Though the thought of it pains me, until such time as we have evidence to the contrary, we can but assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs seek another source of information on Elidibus. 'Tis possible that others in the homeland are possessed of such knowledge. Be fair warned, however, they are unlikely to yield it unconditionally. Do what you must. Yet another unforeseen and unwelcome development. What could be next, I wonder? A visit from a crimson-clad Ascian, perhaps? Or Pussy? And which of our allies will then fall silent? For a time, I thought we had gained the upper hand. When you shattered the Crystal of Darkness and cast out La Habrea, I dared to hope that we had found a way to rid ourselves of the Ascian menace. But I was wrong. He endures, and may yet return. Upon that point, I have no doubt that Elidibus spoke true. Yet there must be a way to destroy them utterly, a way to spare this world their unholy machinations. I dare not consider the alternative. There are forces at work we do not understand, Lightbringer. I discern them all around, in disturbances too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Doubtless the paragons are involved, but how and to what end is far from clear. I know not what will come, but I do know that we will rise and meet it as one. Ah, my stalwart hero, your face is a picture of resolve. I know that you will be ready when the time comes. With luck, however, that will not be for a while yet. Pray, return to your private affairs with my blessing. Should anything arise, you will be informed. Krell, where are you? Your intercession was not foretold. You object. We question. Our plans are in motion. Your intentions unclear. They survived the 7th Arbor and are stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you? No, it does not. Serve as you will. So too shall I. We labor not at cross purposes. The wisdom of his plan shall become apparent in time, when the veil is lifted from their eyes. And at long last they see. Okay, so that's going to do it for this episode. And with that, we have completed patch 2.1. Next time, we will either start patch 2.2, or we will start the Crystal Tower series, or continue with it rather, because we've already done the initial quest. One thing to remember: if you keep grinding the Praetorium and the other the other dungeon and the fight, you can go back to Rowena and still get level 130 gear, and you don't have to come to Revenant's Toll. The shop that stone and purple awning shop is run by Rowena, and she will have agents that are in the vicinity of the main aetheryte in every starting city. Revenant's Toll, or not Revenant's Toll, but Uldal, Limsa Lomensa, Gridania, and even a few others once we get to the DLCs. But until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.